Hi, this is Rosa, and this is Women of the Week with Kansas City Press Network, a chapter of American Business Women Association. And today we have with us Cara Windsor. She is from St. Louis, Missouri, but she lives right now in Prairie Village, Kansas. And she has been a member of the Kansas City Press Network for the last 2 years. Thank you, Cara, and thank you for being with us. With that introduction, Cara, what else can you share with us about you?
Oh gosh. Well, just facts about me. I'm single. I live in Prairie Village. My son is getting ready to graduate May 24th from high school. I have a sweet black Labrador that I walk as much as possible, although she did gain 7 pounds during COVID. And she's supposed to lose 3. So I'm working on that with her. And I have a cat as well. And I'm kind of an exercise enthusiast. I years ago tore my ACL in my right knee, and I started bicycling to rehab for that injury. And then I became just a total bicycling freak. And I go to spinning classes pretty much 6 or 7 days a week. On Saturdays, I do 2 in a row, and I typically get 20 miles in per class. So I'm kind of a crazy woman with that. And I did go to give blood yesterday, and my heart rate was so low, they had to get a doctor's approval to take my blood.
Wow.
And the phlebotomist, because that's what they're called, the people that take your blood, she came back in and she said, I'm supposed to tell you that you're a rock star because my blood pressure was like 100/65, but my heart rate is 47. And she said, sometimes we think there's something wrong with you, but in your case, it's because you're so athletic that, we're going to write you a special note from now on that you can give blood when your heart rate's that low. Because typically if it's below 49, they won't let you give. So that's just a little story about what happened yesterday.
Oh, wow. So do you donate blood often?
I do. In fact, I made an appointment to do it in 8 weeks because every 8 weeks you can donate blood. And she said, do you want to go ahead and make an appointment? And it's something that, especially if I'm having a bad day, I'll just call and see if I can donate because it makes me feel better to do something for other people. So, and the person that was helping me was wonderful. We had all kinds of great conversation, and I left there feeling a lot better than I did when I went in. So
Awesome. So,
yeah.
congratulations, because I see a needle and I run away.
Oh, well, and right now there's a very large need for blood. I mean, it was even worse in the throes of COVID, but they will send messages out because I'm a type O, and type O can donate to most every other blood type. So my blood type is very desired. So
Oh,
I try to go a
fantastic.
lot. Yeah.
Well, thank you for doing that.
Oh
That's
yeah.
nice. So, so you are a single mom.
Yes.
You have a doggy and
Right.
you donate blood and you're athletic. So what kind of business or job do you do for a living?
I work for a company called Boelte-Hall. It is a family-owned commercial printing business. We also provide creative services. And, people think of commercial printers and they go, oh, a printer, you're a printer. We know we've got printing, but there's so much more to it. We do so many different things. I have helped customers with product development. I have a customer who makes medical devices, anything from like females who are nursing, when you have those breast pads, they manufacture those, to hot and cold, like a sleeve that you would put around your back. And it's a gel, so it freezes, and it also can be warmed up in the microwave. But their packaging has to be very specifically sized to the product. And typically there's about 16 different languages on it. So I go meet with their marketing person and we look at the product and we talk about what they might want. And then we come up with a couple of prototypes and, eventually we get to the point where we're printing the box. But of course it has to go through a lot of stages to be approved. And it might be something like I have a customer who has an air charter service for Telluride, Colorado, and they fly people to go skiing. So these are memberships to belong to this club where you buy so much airtime and you can get so many flights per year. And then we do the beautiful printed piece that shows you the pictures of the plane and the family getting off the plane with their dog and their luggage. And then these go into different travel magazines. And we're doing a series right now. There's going to be one in May, one in June, and one in August. And that all started from scratch as well. And we do things like design annual reports. We're working with the Johnson County Library on their annual report. And then we also do some nonprofit work and nonprofit direct mail. If you have a mailing list and you want to send out an appeal, we'll put all that together, the letter and the envelope, the return envelope and the outer envelope, and sort it all and get it to the post office so it's ready to deliver. And a lot of times what I find myself doing is really just consulting with customers who either know they have something to print and they know exactly what it is and they just need someone to facilitate it happening, or they might just come to me and say, I have this product and I need a package and can you come talk to me? And that's what starts it. So it can be just very cut and dried. I need, 20,000 of these brochures that have 20 pages and I need them by, May the 15th, or it can be a lot more than that. So every job's different. Every client is different. I work with financial people, healthcare people, animal welfare people. Oh gosh, who else? Health clubs, and manufacturers, just lots of different industries and lots of different projects.
So is this company from here, from Kansas City?
Yes, two families, the Boelte family and the Hall family, started the company. Steve Hall is still an active owner. Mr. Boelte passed away. It's probably been 2.5 years ago, but we have another owner who's worked for the company for a lot of years. And we have an apple as our logo because the Hall family had an apple orchard. And when they first went into business, they used to deliver a bushel of apples with your print order. Because when I joined, I thought, why do they have an apple for their logo? But it makes sense.
Okay.
Yes, and it is a family-owned business, and it's a very team atmosphere, and everyone helps everyone else out. And the people that work there really care about what they're doing, and they care about getting it done right and on time for the customer. And I mean, I deliver a lot of my own jobs too. If somebody needs something and they want it there before the delivery people can get it there, I'll take my little dolly and load it up in my car and take it to them. So
how long have you been working for them?
I have been there. Just the beginning of January, started my 3rd year. So
okay,
not a long time, but
what is the name of the printing shop you said?
It's called Boelte-Hall.
Boelte-Hall.
Yep. Boelte-Hall Inc. It's BOELTE and dash Hall, and it's 2 last names.
And they are where at?
Roeland Park, Kansas. We are at the 18th Street exit in Roeland Park, Kansas. We sit across from the shopping center where there's a Price Chopper and a Walmart. And And there's a big apple on the side of our building. So most people go, oh yeah, I know, that's the building with the apple.
The building with the apple.
Yes,
Oh, well, that's a good reference.
yes.
Oh, interesting. So you are with a printing company, family owned here in Kansas. That's awesome.
Yes.
So you said that you have been with the Kansas City Press Network for you just signed up for your second year, right?
Right.
So how do you find the chapter?
Well, I think it was maybe 4 years ago that I first attended a meeting as a guest of Robin Gearhart. And I came a couple of times as a guest at that time. But I think the company that I was working for, I belonged to some other organizations, and, you know, they could only put me in so many different things. So I didn't join then. But here at Boelte-Hall, you know, they want me to do as much networking as possible and to get out into the community. And so I thought, well, this is my opportunity. So I joined last year, and then I signed up again at the meeting that we had with the woman that wrote the book about the cupcake being a cupcake or a what is
Yeah, in
it?
February.
The fine line between cupcake and
a bitch and
bitch.
a bitch and a cupcake.
Yes, and I really enjoyed listening to her, and I agreed with a lot of what she had to say. And you know, she relayed a story about working with Mayor Sly James, and they have a company together now. And she said the person they were meeting with kept looking at him and not her. And finally she said, well, who's your partner? And he's like, she is, you know. So it still happens, unfortunately, that, you know, people want sometimes to talk to a man who owns the organization. And there are a lot of women now who own businesses, and we're up and coming. And I really think it's going to turn the other way in the future.
Yeah, I think so too. I one of the stories that really um, grabbed my attention was Mary Kay, the one from from the cosmetic company. That to me is such a powerful story.
Right.
Yeah, the story of the pink Cadillac and
Oh, yeah.
everything. And I think as a woman, it's good to know stories like that, not to fight or anything, but to say we are gaining,
Right.
you know,
To learn
space.
from other people's stories and to see how they came from where they were to where they are now. Because I think a lot of people meet someone who's highly successful and they just think they've always been that way. But there's a lot of struggle before you get to, you know, to be a Mary Kay.
Just, I, somebody said one time, and I stuck with my head, I love the over 9, 10 years success.
Yes.
People say, "Oh, it's overnight. You were successful." Oh, no, it took me 10 years to get here. You just realized overnight. Then I was
Right.
here.
Right.
So Robin invited you, and so
Mhm.
you came to visit.
Right. And
Yeah.
and I also met Janelle Berlin, and I went over and toured her business and talked with her. So she was influential in my decision to
Awesome.
join as well.
Yeah, Janelle and Robin, they are two members very active
Right.
in this chapter. We are very grateful and lucky to have them in this chapter. So they invite you, Janelle invite you to her building that help you to make a decision. But what is it that you were looking for?
I was
Uh,
looking for business connections and looking for, you know, I think whenever you're a salesperson in an organization, you want to try and find people who are interested in the services and products that you have to offer. And also people work with people they trust. So, belonging to an organization that's got a cohesive core and people really help each other out, that's where you get really good referrals because you trust each other.
Absolutely. So you were looking for connections, you were looking for networking, you were looking for same kind of mentality with business
Right.
women.
And education comes along with that. I mean, you learn something through the speakers that are at the meetings and also through the classes that are offered. I will have to say I haven't taken advantage of those classes yet, but I do see the opportunity to better myself through education.
Absolutely. Yeah, the beauty of the chapter of the organization, the American Business Women Association, is there's so much more than just the meeting. The meetings are wonderful, and like you say, the speakers are great, and there's always related to business and how can we as a women can move forward in any direction that we want.
Right.
But like I said, the business women, the national chapter, it has so much. You can study every day. There are
Right.
so many classes. That is a very, very good plus in this association. So you were looking for networking. So Janelle invited you, Robin invited you. So what made you to decide that you said, okay, I'm signing up?
Um, I think part of it was that I wanted something that was different that I hadn't done before. I hadn't been a member of ABWA before, so I've experienced some other networking groups, and it just appealed to me based on what I wanted to do, connect and learn, and get referrals, give referrals, those types of things.
Awesome. So wonderful, Cara. So it is very nice to have people, ladies who enjoy, the class, like you say, you enjoy the speakers, and you are in the printing business. You are very likable. I can
Thanks.
see this, and you do sports, and you have a doggy. So much in common, but. Is there any something unique about you that you would like to share and close this and this interview?
Well, some of the times that I've enjoyed the most on the online meetings are when we could really get to know each other and kind of joke. And I've always been known for making bad puns. So that's something that I really enjoy, and they just pop into my head. Like camping is an intense experience. But I actually went on a camping trip once with some friends, and on the way home, the guy driving said, "Cara, 3 puns and you're out of the car," because he was so tired of hearing my jokes the whole time. So I really appreciate humor, and I like to try and find humor in whatever I'm doing. And puns are a great way to do that. In fact, there's a Facebook group called the Penitentiary, like the penitentiary, but it's the penitentiary, and they have different puns every day. So I've been sharing those a lot lately.
Oh, we check that up.
Yeah, look it up. It's fun. It's really fun.
Sounds like fun. Well, Cara, thank you. Is anything else you would like to share with us? Anything about you, about the chapter, about your business?
Just that I really want to connect with people and, help them out with printing, creative design, getting their products to their customers. And I just enjoy networking with everyone. And like I said, some of the most fun times were so far have been like we all put our ugly Christmas sweaters on and kind of had a happy hour, and just those kinds of things where you really get to know people as people, and besides what they do as their business.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Well, thank you very much, Cara.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
for this interview. And this was the interview with Cara Windsor. And until I see you in another interview, take care and God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Cara.